Hey guys, my name is Ryan.
And my name is Miska.
And welcome to Hit Scan. Singularity is the new skin line. We want to take a closer look and speak to the devs a little bit about that.
Yes, let's dive into it.
This is the base here.
Ooh. Oh, that is really cool, actually. Just looks a little bit like the Radiant rock and stuff, and it's also a little bit Omen themed.
Yeah,
very nice.
You're gonna love this gun.
Yes.
The one thing that you probably wouldn't have seen just through looking at the collections is that the upgrades actually give you a little bit more of a visual change between them.
I thought that was it.
Yeah,
I was like, whoa,
right?
that's a big change.
All right. Oh.
I wonder if you click.
Oh, that's really. Oh, you can see like the bullets there too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's really sick.
What's up, pretty?
I wonder if you click the variants, should be there.
Oh. Oh. Okay, that's very different. Very different like vibe all of a sudden. Still kind of elemental though, in a way.
Ooh.
Oh wait, so but this is not the same level as the previous one.
Oh,
right?
it will. Actually, sorry, let me do it through this one. There you go.
Oh, there we go. Okay, okay. Yeah, that looks sick. I really like the detail with seeing the bullets like that.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool. Oh, I wonder what this will look like in first person as well. Oh. And the reticle. I'm going through the usual list in my head.
That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
I like those colors.
Yeah, really nice.
I think the thing that I guess no one is going to be expecting on this one is what the animations are.
Ooh.
I think these really push the boundaries of sort of what we've done with gun skins so far. Maybe not as far as like Elder Flame, but definitely when we were making this one, I think this one came before Elder Flame, and we said this was almost something that we had to do to kind of unlock us to be able to do more complex things. And so this will be a really interesting one for you guys to see.
All right. I mean, it's almost a little bit Prism-like, the whole, the color of that, like the sort of gradient, similar shades.
Oh, here we go.
It was you or me.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's incredible. The universe is getting sucked in.
Oh, blue.
Red,
Okay.
blue. Yes.
Oh, but that does look really great. Reminds me a little bit of the Smite collection when it's blue, actually.
Oh yeah, a little bit.
The animations, though, are really sick.
And then
Yeah, animations. I mean, oh my god, yeah, this is a really amazing bundle. So I imagine this is a couple weeks or so into the patch or something along those lines.
Day one.
Day one.
correct.
Oh, day
Uh-huh.
one. Okay, okay.
Got him out of here.
Oh my, it looks so good.
there we go.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it looks great.
So we
Yeah, so-
started these like a year and a half ago or something.
Little bit of an abrupt end there, but we did have a look at some of the Singularity stuff. You'll be able to check out all of it very soon, as it will go live in the store as the patch goes live. This is a very special bundle with a lot of things that people have been asking for a long time. Each of the individual weapons will be available at 2,175 VP. The melee will cost 4,350, and the bundle as a whole is 8,700 VP. So with that, you're getting all of these things, and the variants, you can obviously choose which one you want at the end. You don't have to get through all of them. That was a change that came in fairly recently. So there will be a card spray gun body as well, which we have not really seen here. So yeah, lots of good stuff. And with that, we're gonna move over to Icebox, actually, as we've got some interesting developer comments and other bits that we wanted to talk about the map, with a bunch of gameplay as well.
Yeah, because that comes out next Tuesday alongside Singularity. We've spoken about Sky to death, but she's not out for a couple of weeks. So this is a key thing. A lot of people ask, well, what's the gimmick of Icebox? What is the dev's idea around it? And we actually briefly spoke to Volcano, who is the main dev behind all of the maps made cash in CSGO, as most of you will remember. And just to quote, in the case of Icebox, the main premise of the map is that the sites are complex combat spaces that feature plenty of cover and verticality. Certainly when you look at the A site, that's very clear. The zipline in A amplifies the feeling of quick action and verticality, and is in support of overall gameplay that we envisioned when we designed Icebox. The map gimmicks is like such an important aspect for a lot of people. But Volcano did say that in the future it is likely that not every map will have a unique mechanic like a teleporter or a third sight. They can also imagine using existing mechanics in future maps if they feel it would be beneficial to the overall gameplay. So not every map has to have a teleporter or a zipline, and even then it's more core ideas, I suppose. For Bind, for example, teleporters isn't the main thing specifically, it's more the fact that the map doesn't have a mid, right? The teleporters help you play around the idea. So it was interesting to hear that, because a lot of people ask us, not so much what we think of the map, Miska, but what's the gimmick? What's it about? Is there some cool stuff on there? And it doesn't necessarily have to be anymore.
Yeah, people ask for like the secret thing, almost expecting, I feel like at least early on, that they hadn't really seen that on Icebox, and I can understand that. If you kind of expect some crazy teleporter or other type thing around the map and you haven't really seen it, then you start to wonder a little bit what it's about. I would say really for me, verticality is just the main defining characteristic of this map. I felt that a lot. You got some really interesting stuff going on over at the B site with that. Obviously A2, where you have kind of a super high ground, a mid high ground, and all the different zip lines around there as well. But the sites especially offer a lot of that verticality. But in mid too, you have this interesting sort of ramp, they call it tube on the map, I believe, which you can walk on the roof, and you can sit up there if you got like Jet, or maybe you wall boost up with Sage, that sort of thing, and you can be really high up and see a lot of the B site and mid, and all the way back to the spawn from the attacker side spawn. So there's a lot you can do from there for sure, and it's just pretty crazy because we haven't really seen that type of elevation difference in that tight of a space before in Valorant. So really interested in that. I mean, with how much Jet players like to sit on top of boxes and stuff, and around Haven, you know, when you come in the double doors there, for example, or any other area where you can just sit high above a doorway or next to a doorway, this is definitely that times 10. So pretty crazy. I love the verticality though. I'm interested in hearing what you actually like the most though, because one thing that I noticed is that we also have some pretty long sight lines around mid and B, for example, so it's not necessarily just that verticality.
Yeah, I really like the mid. It very much gives me Counter-Strike vibes, especially if you go through the tube into kitchen and go sort of behind the B site. That is very Counter-Strike. That's like boosting mid on Mirage and getting to jungle. It's that whole, you need to keep an eye on those spots, otherwise you're just going to get overrun very quickly. I like the B site. I like the fact that if you want to like push B and A aggressively as a defender, you will get absolutely no help. You are full dedicated to pushing sort of down B main by green, I think it's called, and then like A belt. You're very much dedicated down there. The A site is just a bit of a jungle gym. It's like a wacky warehouse in the UK, or like a Go Ape. It's a bit ridiculous, and I think I was playing with Luca from Ninjas in Pajamas, who was just trying to clear the A site, and he was just like, there's so many like corners, there's so many angles, there's just so much that I need to clear if I'm like trying to retake a site. And I feel like that could upset a lot of people, but I like how this map is so clearly distinct, not only from the tone and the theme, but also the design from the other maps in the game. Because I think that was a common complaint, is that a few of the maps felt a bit samey, even with their gimmicks and stuff.
Definitely, yeah. I did not feel like this map was samey at all, especially with how, whilst both A and B have that shared verticality in there, B, you walk out as an attacker, for example, and you have a really long sight line all the way over to Snowman. I'll try to show the map so people kind of know where we're talking about. And then you also have on A the same verticality, but you walk out and you just have a million angles instead, right? And obviously B has a lot of stuff to clear too. I'm not saying it's just easier, but they do have some differences there, and I feel like that felt really refreshing when I played it. It's hard to say what that's gonna feel like after a month of playing it though, right? So it's always that sort of honeymoon period early on with a new map and new gameplay and new angles and things that you are not tired of just yet. But we'll see how that turns out. I'm really happy with it though, super excited for this map. I think it's, other than Haven, after just playing it the absolute first time, this map and Haven are for sure the two where I've felt, oh yeah, this is really like my thing. I feel like I'm really enjoying a lot of the different angles and gameplay around these maps. So they're both quite different from each other, but at least they both have a mid and some, well, really interesting angles to check out. So looking forward to that, coming very soon.
Yeah, I'm excited for maps in the future. It might be like Agents, where we have the base maps, and now all of the maps in the future are going to be sort of dialed up to 11 with what they're crazy at.
Yeah.
It was Morello that I think said that about agents, and shout out to him. He recently left Riot, and he was amazing to sort of work with on the channel for interviews, so big love to him, and
salute.
Excited to see what he does in the future. Yeah, salute. 07's in the chat and all that. But thanks for watching. That's everything we wanted to go over. Singularity and Icebox will be out on Tuesday. We'll cover the patch when it hits, because there must be some agent changes too, no doubt. So we'll see. Take care. We'll see you then.
Bye-bye.